Welcome back, guys. This is the second video of this tutorial series. What we'll be doing right now is to add little content to our div tag, which we've already designed here. So right now, let's just go ahead and start doing that. Right now, I've clicked on this div and it's active right now. So if I write, as you can see, my contents are active there, which means my cursor is inside this div. So right now we insert a form. I will insert a form into this div tag, and my form has already been inserted into this div tag. So what do I need to do now? I need to give my form an ID. I'll call it CSS underscore reg. That's the ID of my form. So right now, let's start adding content. But before I will do that, I want to add some table. Let me just add a table to it. I'll give it 8 rows and no column. Then for the width itself, let's say 800 pixel. Border, no, we don't want any border for the tables. So here we go. Our table is right here, so we'll tag this. Let's just center align its content. Now let's give it a title. Give it a title of Custom CSS registration form. There we go. That's the title we've chosen for it. So right now, let's just come underneath and say biodata. This is the feed we'll be collecting from this. So let's give this is the background color. That should go. Let's save and preview. Here we go. This is what we are doing right now. But if you notice, everything is aligning to the left. So we need to go and add one more line of CSS to our job to solve that problem for us. And our div tag, let's give it a text align of center. Save that, go back and refresh. Sorry about this. Let's refresh this. Nevertheless, instead of that, let's just align this table to the center instead. So if we are not using that, we can also use the HTML5 attributes here. This is good. So our CSS, everything is working right now. So let's add an input feed. Now there's something I want to do here, which we are going to at least work on later, but I'll show you the traditional means of doing this first, then later we'll work on it. Let me just split this into two columns, or 3 columns rather. Okay, then delete this so that I'll work with these columns by splitting them down. Now let's just adjust this, which I'm going to tell you the reason in a while. Here I'll say let's align this section of it to the right. Now I'll say surname. Say first name. Now last name. Then gender. Then probably date of birth. That should do. So let's just align this also to the right so it stays aligned. Now what do we need to do next? We need to add the input fields right here. So we align this side of it to the left. Now let's align this and insert the text field. Give it an ID of surname. Close that. Well, I want to be a bit lazy here, so I'm going to copy this and paste here. Then change the ID from surname to first name. So I'll copy this, paste here, also paste here, paste here. Then I'll change their individual IDs. Date of birth, I'll call it DOB. Gender, I'll call it sex. Then for last name, I'll call it last name. There you go. If you save this and preview in our browser, there you go. This is what we have right now. And these input fields, you can write anything in them. As you can see, they are all active. That's to say, what we are doing, we are progressing with it. So now, what do we need to do? At this point, we have been able to add this point to it. So we need to add some more content to it in order to complete this form. But before doing that, I want to at least show you something. In this, if I decide to put any content here, save it right now, then preview in our browser, you see an error which we need to correct right away. There we go. Our table is extended to this level, but see our div tag is just covering this section, but we want it to cover every section of this registration page. Remember, in Dreamweaver, when we were assigning CSS to this div tag, we give it an height. So right now, let's just go back and change it. Let's change this from 300 to auto. So if I save this and refresh this page, there we go. It's now collapsing to meet the size of this table, and that's exactly what we want in this case. So let's just quit that right now and delete all this content out. There we go. Now back to design view. So right now let's merge this column here and call it login details. Let's call it user log in details. Let's align this row center and also give it a background color as this. So let's save this. And then what we need to do right now is say username and then password with our button right here. So we merge this together and then insert. Let's align the table, this row center. Then let's insert a button. Let's call this register user. Register user. There we go. Now let me copy one of these, paste here like we did before, paste here. Now let's call it password. Now call this username, save and preview in browser. There you go. Our login details has been added to our registration form. So right now if you click on this password field and you type in something, as you can see it's visible, but we need to go and correct that. So here we have to change it to what a password field, then save, go back to our browser, refresh, and then type something in here. As you can see, this password has been blurred out. So that's the essence of it. Thank you for watching this video. We'll see you in the next video where we have to work on this input field, style it a bit to make it look presentable. So see you in the third video.